is teenagers overthinking stuff of good quality? Because they analyze everything and thinking stuff like I do. Because I'm a teenager. Well, almost a teenager. I'm like 4 or 5 months away now. Because my birthday is in June. I'm like 4 or 5 months away. Almost 4 months, but 5 months away right now. But here's the thing. Is it a good or bad thing? Well, I'd probably say it's a pretty good thing. Because you need to be able to analyze and think over stuff. Like, you need to be able to have basic communication skills and, like, life skills and stuff, right? Yeah, but parents don't really think that for some reason. Like, they think a teenager being able to think over stuff like a normal person instead of being an impulsive asshole like they used to be when they were younger. It's like some type of fucking taboo or some shit. I think that's why they treat teenagers like shit. I think that's why they purposely treat teenagers like they're grown. Like treat them like they're like a little fucking toddler, but expect them to act grown. I think that's why. Because they just try to make teenagers' lives miserable, and that's why they rebel, because they try to make teenagers' lives miserable. Like, but here's the thing. Because teenagers back then, they used to rebel, they used to, like, do a bunch of rock music, hard drugs, or drink a fucking Hennessy or vodka or some shit at a legal party. That's what they used to do when they were teenagers. Us, we're just normal kids. We're just kids, but taller, bigger, and smarter. Taller, bigger, smarter, and more mentally developed. Like, that's all we are. And it does make us a lot of us smart asses, though, which is not really a good quality. It's a funny quality, but not a good quality for parents. Now, I don't believe it's a good quality either. Being a smart ass just shows that you're just being disrespectful. Because I guess it is being disrespectful, just blatantly saying like a bunch of stuff like blatantly without any warning or some shit. Like imagine your parents say something like a little stupid that has like a little loophole you could twist into something to embarrass them. Some teenagers do that, and that's actually pretty disrespectful, I have to agree with. Because that wasn't needed, and you didn't need to do that. But see, I'm a little mature. I agree with parents on some stuff, not everything, but mostly not everything, because I don't really agree with their logic at all. See, that's why parents just treat teenagers badly. It's because teenagers are just they just manipulate words. They manipulate words and make you look stupid easily. Because they're like very smart now. Like their IQ is much larger than when they did not hit puberty, which means they got smarter a lot faster. And a lot of teenagers nowadays have to grow up super fast, like very fast, because every fucking parent nowadays is a degenerate who either did drugs, smoke weed, drink liquor, or do some illegal shit that just fucked up their life. That's every single teenager. Like, every single teenager's parent nowadays does some illegal shit, drugs, drinks, or has like a horrible ass job. And teenagers have to grow up fast to actually take care of the household more than the actual parents are doing. And that makes them grow up fast, then makes them more mature, makes them grow up faster, and it makes them smarter. It makes them mentally smarter and just smarter in general. Which basically means like I talked about in the know-it-all versus kids who had to grow up fast video. The difference between kids who grew up fast and know-it-alls. I talked about, and basically growing up fast is just teenagers. They're just teenagers who are mature enough to see through bullshit. Like, they're mature enough to read between the lines and see when their parents are fucking them over in some way. And parents hate that. Like, they hate the fact that they can't lie to their child, so they make up a bunch of words, like talking back, disrespectful. Now, those two do exist. But they're way less fucking prominent than parents make it like, this generation's so disrespectful. No, you're just egotistical and narcissistic. You're like so egotistical and narcissistic to the point where you say everything's talking back or disrespectful because children are never better, smarter, or at all right against adults. That's so disrespectful. Respectively, shut your bitch ass up, you goofy bitch. Nobody wants to hear that shit from you. Like, parents, like, treat teenagers, like, so bad. It's because teenagers are, like, impossible to lie to. Like, you can lie to a teenager, yes, but they're gonna figure out the truth faster than you can figure out your fucking taxes. Because, like, teenagers overanalyze stuff a lot, which means they analyze every single detail, atom, and molecule, and everything, and they can easily tell through bullshit. Like, after doing that, they can see if there's something wrong, and if they don't even figure it out immediately, hey, they're gonna figure out right after, because there's nothing there. You can't hide shit from teenagers. Maybe back then you could, but teenagers now had to grow their ass up really fast, so you can't. That's why adults hate teenagers. It's because they can't lie to teenagers, and they can't lie to them like they're little kids anymore. So they proceed to do everything they can to just try and break the teenagers. That's why adults try and break their children so much. Like, not abuse, but, like, constantly yelling at them, trying to tell them they're doing something wrong. They're trying mentally, break them a little, so they won't question anything. That's fucked up. But they do love you, but that's fucked up. Then they try and deny it. And act like they're the victims when the teenagers call them out on it, because if that won't work, that doesn't work either, because they can just see right through it. And that's what makes adults even more mad, because they cannot win against a teenager unless it's a fucking physical fucking fight. Like, they're not going to win against a teenager unless it's a physical fight. Mental battle and intelligence. Intelligence goes to the adults, but mental battle, just straight facts, and just, like, it's basically narcissism versus rationality. That's all it is. It's basically the rational teenagers versus the narcissistic parents. That's all it is. And rationality and just blatant fucking brain cells and a working frontal lobe can just delete that. It's not really a fucking contest. That's why adults hate teenagers so much. Like, teenagers are so much different from teenagers back then, to the point where adults are not used to it, so they do a bunch of bullshit to try and break the teenagers out of it, so they can still be right on top. And when that doesn't work, they just resort to fucking bullshit. Tell me I'm wrong, because I will happily debate you and ruin your ass. I will happily debate you and dog walk your ass about that, because I'm like a prime example of that shit. I had to grow up fast ever since I was fucking 6. I've been growing up fast ever since I was 6. I'm over here mentally 24 or some shit. I'm able to get through stuff easily. I'm definitely not as academically smart as an adult, but I'm definitely fucking mentally smarter, because they're narcissistic as hell. Narcissistic people are never mentally smart. They're usually just fucking mentally stupid or some shit. And then these motherfuckers act like they went through something that we didn't. Yeah. What did y'all go through? No phones, no TV? No TikTok? I don't give a fuck. That doesn't change shit. Now, TikTok does make you more narcissistic. Definitely makes you have more of an attitude. It makes you narcissistic. True. But narcissistic and egotistical is not a good quality. But it does kind of make you more intelligent. No, it doesn't make you academically more intelligent, but mentally more intelligent. Because being mentally intelligent is being able to see people's other point of views, connect the dots, and walk in people's shoes, and just read into people. Adults hate that, because they can't lie to children. They can't lie to their children. It's just fucked up how adults are mad at teenagers because they're not able to lie to them. So they proceed to throw a bunch of bullshit and make teenagers' lives miserable to try and break them. And when that doesn't work, they just go straight to verbal abuse. Some bullshit, man.